Well, Happy New Year. This is I'm Roy Wilson. This is my first video of the year. I wanted to wish everybody Happy New Year. I hope you've had a great holiday. As you know, we made the decision prior to breaking that we were going to start off the semester remotely. We made that decision based on the number of COVID cases that the area was experiencing, as well as what the predictions were for how it was going to be in the middle part of January. I think the predictions were all right on target. We're beginning to peak with the COVID infections at this time. I think it's going to get a little worse before it gets better, and it's already very, very bad. So be careful, everyone. I think all of you know that I'm pretty careful. I don't go to indoor restaurants. I'm always masked whenever possible. And I do want to just tell you that over the holidays, I did myself get COVID. It's not something to take lightly. You know, certainly as a physician, I understand the potential issues with COVID, and but it is different when you actually are a patient and get it yourself. A couple things I just want to emphasize. One, it is very infectious. As I've already mentioned, I'm very, very careful, and yet, as careful as I am, I got the virus, probably because I did travel in airports and airplanes, despite what you may be told is a potential area where one can be infected. The other thing is that many people are saying that this is just going to be like the flu if you get it. It's not like the flu. First of all, with the flu, if you're young, you're healthy, you pretty much know what the course of the disease is going to be. With COVID, particularly with Omicron, it's variable. It's just so variable to the point of being asymptomatic. Many people have the virus and don't even know it, to having to be hospitalized. And if you think that it's only the old and the sick that are hospitalized, just go to an emergency room and you'll see young people and people who are apparently healthy hospitalized. You don't get that with the flu. So it's much more variable than the flu. It's like rolling the dice. It's gambling, and you may be fine, but you may not, and so it's much better to be careful and not get it. I do think that it's going to peak in a little while, and then hopefully, as in South Africa, it will do its thing and quickly go through its course. If that's the case, and I do believe that is going to be the case, then we should have a pretty good spring. And we're planning on that. So this remote instruction is temporary. It'll be through the rest of January, but I'm hoping that from February on, that we can have as near a campus experience as possible. One of the things I'm excited about is that we were able to get through commencement in December. It was a great, great affair. We are going to have another commencement in the spring. It's going to be called Commencement Redux, R-E-D-U-X, for all those people who were not able to experience a real commencement, be able to come and we'll have a special commencement just for them. Also on January 14th, we will have our MLK live. You can watch it live. It's going to be virtual, but you can watch it as it's in real time on, I think, let me see, it is wayne.edu/live. So I encourage you to get online and participate. I think it should be a great affair. Finally, I may have mentioned this before, I'm not sure, but my memoir is finally live now on Amazon. The Plum Tree Blossoms Even in Winter. So either by my name or by title, as promised, I'm going to read you the prologue to my memoir. Just give me a moment here while I get it up. Okay, so this is the prologue. One of my earliest memories of my childhood in Japan is when my mom and I attended the Cherry Blossom Festival. The day began with a bus ride filled with the jubilant tones of people getting out of the city singing Sakura, Sakura, cherry blossoms, a traditional folk song depicting the spring. On the way home from the festival, we stopped at a Shinto temple where my mom wanted to pray. My mom was a Buddhist, but that didn't matter. Like many Japanese, she observed both Shinto and Buddhism and didn't see any conflict or contradiction between the two. Afterward, we stopped in a little store that sold snacks and souvenir ornaments. An etching of flower blossoms caught my eye. Wanting to remember the day, I asked my mom to purchase it for me. When we returned home, I asked her to read the inscription next to the image. I was profoundly disappointed when she read, "The plum tree blossoms, even in winter." I thought it was an etching of cherry blossoms, not plum blossoms. Nevertheless, I came to treasure that memento from my childhood, perhaps because its meaning was even more profound than I could have understood at the time. My mom raised me by herself for the first years of my life, so we were very close. A few years later, she became addicted to gambling, and I rarely saw her. I was often alone, without parental guidance or affection, and I yearned for those earlier times when my mom and I were together, as on that cherry blossom trip. I kept that memento until I placed it in my mom's casket. The anticipation of spring is implicit in the popular rhyme, "April showers bring May flowers." The flowers of most trees, including the cherry blossom, bloom in the spring. The plum tree is special in that it blooms early, often in February, the coldest, dreariest month of the year. To many, as it is to me, it's a symbol of resilience and perseverance. It would be difficult to imagine a better symbol of my life. My childhood was a time of loneliness and deprivation, and as an adult, I encountered health challenges for which the expected outcome was blindness in one case and death in the other. Through it all, I never despaired. Through it all, I persevered. The plum tree serves as a reminder that out of darkness and bleakness can emerge